Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Ben. Today I'm going to walk around this 2015 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV Aspire. So let's run through what this car has and what it can do. It will actually blow your mind. So let's have a bit of a look at the detail on outside of the vehicle, then we'll jump inside under the bonnet, and then we'll get inside and have a look at the leather inside. But as you can see, we've got the new face that Mitsubishi have now gone with. So that bit different grille from what you are used to seeing with the Mitsubishi Outlander. So this car is a hybrid, so it's going to be electric over petrol. So let's run through it. As we can see on the bonnet, mark-free, so a couple of little bug marks there, but nothing too major. There's actually no stone chips along the front of that at all that I can see in there. So I'd like to point out if there is any that I definitely see. You do have fog lamps in the vehicle, and we do have projector headlamps in there as well. So you can see here we do have washers in the vehicle as well to keep those lights clear. As we step around to the driver's side of this particular vehicle, you can see there that front quarter panel very, very clean, and you do have gutter free, so never gutter rash free alloys as well, plus good tyres on there as well. Now they do use Toyo, so no expense spared with this particular vehicle, because they do throw everything at their top of the range Mitsubishi Outlanders. So as we can see, plug-in hybrid. Now plug-in hybrid, so we do have a charger in the back as well. You basically just plug it in, charge the car overnight. When you come back in the morning, you jump in and you can drive 55 kilometers on that particular on the battery before you actually start the car, before any fuel is used. As we can see now, I can't actually do that because we've got the car running inside here at the moment. It is quite warm outside here at the moment, but you do have your chrome handles there with the proximity key. So it's starting to beep at me when I press that, because it's saying that I can't lock the car because the keys are inside. As we step down to the back, again, no marks or scratches on that. These are very well looked after vehicles, so there's no marks on there at all. Looking here at the back alloy, again, no gutter rash on there at all, and you've got good tyres on there. Now the one thing I would like to point out, there is a little tiny bit of a, the plastic's actually just picking up there a little bit. Not actually broken, but it's just coming away from the side, but nothing major there. As we walk around to the back, like I said, Mitsubishi Outlander Aspire PHEV. So you can see the nice badging across the back, plus a four-wheel drive in there as well. So it is a four-wheel drive. With the boot, we can see here you do have your reverse camera on there as well, and you do have an auto tailgate. So with the key, when you've actually got the key with you, you press the button twice, that'll open the boot, and then walk up, press that button to close it. Talking about the charging mechanism for this particular vehicle, you do have a 15 amp plug with this, okay, so you do have to get a 15 amp plug set up for the power charge, and you do have the charge that goes into the car. I'll run through, we'll go back around, we'll run through the charging a little bit more in detail, but you do have the charger in there. Now, spare tyre, you don't actually have a spare tyre with this vehicle, but you do have an inflate kit, okay, so that's going to get you to the nearest tyre centre to be able to get that fixed for you. That locates back in there, and you do have a very nice flat floor when that all folds down. The other thing you do have is the blind, so that blind will then come out and gives actual better blocking of being able to put things in if you're going to the beach or the shopping centres. So press that button, that brings the tailgate down. The other thing I will point out, if I put a little tiny bit of weight on that, I'll do that again just so you can see exactly. If for any circumstance somebody gets stuck below the tailgate when it is coming down, it's not going to hurt them. All right, so we do. Okay, so we bring that down. That actually just hitting me takes it back up. Okay, so what we've got here is in this little rubber, there's a little sensor that goes right across. When that pinches together, it actually sends it back up into back up to the top. So if you were to hit in here, you can see there it does actually stop it, but it's more so that pinching. Okay, so that pinching stops the tailgate and puts it back up. Going back around, I'll just show you exactly where you do charge the vehicle from. In here is your charging. So the other side is the petrol, but in here you can actually get in and just plug the charger in there. That'll charge the battery on the vehicle. For your fuel, if we step around, now with this one you can't actually get into it. So there is a lock inside the vehicle. You pull that lock, that'll open that up, so people can't actually get in and steal the fuel out of the car if you are at a shopping centre. Does sound very silly, I know, but it does happen, so just so you are aware. With that, again, new tyres, or near new tyres, and there's no gutter rash on those wheels at all. And presentation along the left hand side, the passenger side of this vehicle, is like the other side. There's no marks, especially for a black car. There's a little bit of watermarks there, but there's no actual stone chips or marks that I can see on there at all. The other part I will point out is you do have the integrated side mirrors with the indicators, so that gives your other road users a better vision of the vehicle. When you are turning and changing lanes, people can see you that little bit better. Under the bonnet, so we'll go under the bonnet, we'll have a look. Like I said, this car does come with a 2-litre 4-cylinder, and a 60 kilowatt hybrid, so that power over electric over petrol. So we'll just lift this bonnet up. Sorry mate. Okay, so just having a look under the bonnet here, you can see there one side you've got the motor, the other side you have got the plug-in hybrid system. Okay, so like I said, 2-litre 4-cylinder alongside the 60 kilowatt hybrid. This car is an 87 kilowatt, putting out 186 Newton meters of torque. But if you're looking for this car for what it is actually intended to be used for, power-wise, it's not a big issue. Okay, so being able to run the car at its most beneficial way is using the hybrid to the best of your ability. Okay, 1-speed auto, so what they call 1-speed auto, which is a CVT type scenario, gonna get you on average 1.9 kilometers per 100. So 1.9 kilometers per 100. Oh, stop. Okay, so now inside this PHEV, so the 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander. So just going to go through a few points with this particular vehicle. So if you've never driven one, I'm hoping today I'll be able to give you a bit more of an indication on what they are and how they work. So we're looking down here at the gear stick. Very, very weird looking gear stick that you're probably looking at thinking, hang on, how does that work? So below that we have what we call park. Okay, so we put that in park. It's the yellow lights on saying that it's now in park. Up on the dash here we can see there it is in our park mode. Now we bring that across and we bring that down into drive. Okay, so that across, which takes it into neutral, and then we down, which puts it into drive. Okay, so now we are in drive mode. So we can just pull the park brake off and drive. Over here on the dash it says that the car is ready, so it's ready to be driven. Then we've got battery. Okay, so battery allows it's called B, braking mode. Okay, so when you are coming downhill, that will brake you, the vehicle that little bit more. So brake mode, and then we've got drive, and then up here we've got reverse. Okay, so very simple, easy to use. While we're in reverse, I'll just point out you do have your reverse camera there as well. We'll pop that back into park so we can sit here and run through a little bit more. I don't run into the car in front of me. As we can see here as well, we've got two buttons, charge and save. Okay, so charge, you can then hear that the car starts up and it's charging the battery in the vehicle. Save, it then quietens down, so it's actually saving the battery, so you're actually saving it. So you got charge and then save, so, and they work as they sound. Up here on the dash we do have your dual zone climate control, so temperature up and down. Now we do have that set to auto, so you can see there. Now I've just pressed the passenger side, which then you see dual come up, so I can adjust that for whatever I'd like, and then I can adjust this one. So if I was to press auto, that then sets it back to 18.5. okay, so that's the way that works, and we just adjust your temperature down to where you need it to be. That little frost button is your air conditioning on, so that just makes sure that you press that. You see that little snowflake? That's saying that your air conditioner is actually running, so you can have the fan or that. Above that we do have economy mode, so you do have economy mode. What that's going to do is utilize how much you get out of the vehicle in fuel wise. So if you were to be trying to drive as cautious as possible to try and save fuel, the car will actually help you. So that actually gives you that ability to be able to do it a little bit better. Above that we do have your mapping, so it does have navigation in there. You can see there you can zoom in and you can zoom out. Okay, so you can zoom in and out on that. You do have audio, Bluetooth audio. You've got modes, so you can see we can set it back to FM. Now I'll just turn that volume right down. So there's your radio stations in there as well. The other part as well, open, so you can open up your CD. So there's your CD mapping as well. We press that open button again, which then opens it back up and comes back into here as well. Settings. Now information. So go into the trip system as well. You can see there that the air conditioner is running, and it gives you an actual indication on what the car is currently doing at the moment. So you can see motor power, so energy flow, so you can see there that the motor's actually recharging the battery system for the car as well. So when I do that, you can see I'm just accelerating and then it disappears. Once I take my foot off the accelerator, it then shows that it is actually charging that again. And so this will give you an indication of what the car is physically, what is happening at the moment. So you've got history. You can see there that it shows you the short history of the vehicle, and then you can go long-term history as well. So very, very handy thing to have. And then we've got economy score as well, so it shows you the long travel that it would have had. It's gone up to a 3, so of a score of 5. So as we then step over here onto the left hand side, we do have wipers, which is auto wipers here as well. So you've got your wipers here and indicators and headlights over on the right. We have got the auto headlights there as well, so they're always set at auto, and then you can adjust that and put it to turn them on normally if you need to. Paddle shifts, so you do have your paddle shifts there as well that you can change when you go over into that braking mode, so you can actually then change the gears yourself. On the steering wheel, cruise control and what they call adaptive cruise. So you do have your adaptive cruise control there, which is very simple and easy to set. So you can see up on the dash there that you got 3 bars. We press it once, 2 bars, and then 1 bar, and then it goes back up to the 3. So that's the actual distance that it allows between the car when you are driving. Okay. Modes over here on the right hand side, you do have your volume control. So you can see there, I'm just adjusting the volume up, and then we've got your source, so you can actually change through the radio station that you're listening to. With your Bluetooth, so you can actually answer and hang up the call simply by pressing the buttons there. Very, very simple. Press the button to turn it on, and then if I press that, so you can talk through it as well. Over here on the left hand side, so I'll just run through, you do have heated seats in the car to give you that little bit of extra comfort while doing long distance travel. You can imagine after traveling 2,500 kilometers, when you pull up, you're going to be quite sore. If you've got that heated seat, that's going to give you that little bit nicer ride and keep the back a little bit fresh. It's going to keep the back fresher for you. As we look up here, the one thing we do have with the heat outside, we do have a sunroof there as well. So that first step that it went to is the actual step before the sound starts to become quite piercing. So they always say if you're going to do it where it stops, the first step, leave it at that, and you won't have any sound come through the vehicle, so it won't be as loud, and then you can take it back that little tiny bit more. Close that off, and you do have the block out blind, which is very tidy as well. It actually stops all that heat coming through from the glass. Looking at the seats, so we'll just do a bit of a pan around. We can have a bit of a look at the quality of the seats. You can see they're very, very well looked after. There's actually no scratches or tears in the leather at all. Been very well kept. So yeah, that's inside this PHEV. So there you have it. There's a walk around presentation of this 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. For any questions or a test drive, phone us here at Berwick Mitsubishi on 99070555. Thanks for watching.